Hi everybody, it's Angela again from the California Cavemom, and I just wanted to take a minute to show you the actual inside of my cave kitchen, because I think people don't realize how important it is to have the necessary tools to set yourself up for success. And so I'm just going to take you on a little tour of my kitchen, but you have to promise that you won't judge me, because I do have a 2-year-old and I do have a 10-year-old, and I have a foreign exchange student from Japan living with us, and so it gets a little bit crazy in my kitchen. And I'm also a business owner. I am a Beachbody coach, and I coach other people on their health and wellness and their fitness, and so it doesn't leave a lot of time for cleaning. So please, 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 please offer me a little bit of grace, because it can get a little bit embarrassing taking you on this tour, but I did the best I could as far as cleaning up. So let's head over here to the first stop, which is usually really filled with a lot of vegetables and fruits. However, it's been a busy weekend and we've kind of been all over eating the fruits. Plus I moved the fruit bowl over here, and I have a little 2-year-old who likes to climb up on that couch over there and steal the apples, which later on in the fridge you'll see. So in here I have a banana, I have a shallot in here, I have some leftover plantain that I'm gonna fry up once my avocados up here get ripe, and then I've got a hefty onion over here left over from the weekend. And so usually there's apples in there, but I've had to move them to the refrigerator. And I usually have oranges and lemons too, but they're on the other dining room table being used as decoration until we're ready to use them for food. Okay, over here I've got a delectable looking what the hell is this called? The cutting board. Yes, the cutting board, and I use that all the time. And I actually, if you look closely, will see some burn marks from when I was an inexperienced cooking cave mom, and I would cut on the actual stove while I had something else cooking. And I have been known to start a few fires. So I have my Make It Paleo cookbook up here. I'm making barbecue pulled pork today. In my crock pot is my pork. There it is, cooking with its delicious garlic cloves stuffed in there. I cannot wait. It is one of our favorites. But it leads me to talk about the crock pot. And if you do not have a crock pot, you need to get a crock pot, because it is amazing on those fix it and forget it days. Thursdays in particular are my favorite fix it and forget it days. I have Bible study. But anyways, 6 to 8 hours in there and that sucker, and it's done. Okay, next we have this little handheld grater. I love how it sparkles and shines in the kitchen. This little tool is great for grating ginger, and it's great for the zest, making the zest of lemons and oranges if a recipe calls for that. I have back here all my spatulas. This sucker is awesome when flipping like almond meal pancakes. I love my whisk. This is what I use when I baste my carrot cake. And then, of course, it should be on a pedestal, my knife set. My awesome hunky husband bought me some amazing knives for Christmas. I love them. This one is my favorite. If you can only buy one knife, I recommend something that looks like this or looks like this. These are great, like Sotuko knives kind of, to chop. And this counter, the space, really important when you're buying a knife. The space between, the counter and this area of the knife is important, so your knuckles, when you're chopping, your knuckles don't hit the counter. Another really important item is to have measuring cups. Measuring cups are important because it's a great idea to portion out your food. So you know, especially if you're counting calories, which on the paleo diet we don't really count calories, but for those of you who do count calories, measuring cups are great. I love the stainless steel ones because none of the numbers, I had plastic before and they had numbers written up here on the sides, but when I washed them in the dishwasher, stuff was like coming off of them in the dishwasher, and I figured that's probably not great for your food. Measuring tools also, the teaspoon, the tablespoon, those are all really important. This is my other favorite little contraption. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is my wine opener. Yes, on the paleo diet, you may have wine And I love me a glass of Cabernet or Merlot. Sometimes I love the Stella Rosa. That's really not considered paleo because it's sweet, but it's a nice dessert wine and I like it. There's my coffee maker. I like to have a cup of coffee around like 2 or 3 o'clock. Sometimes I like to wait for Hunky to come home because he has really long days and I like to sit down and enjoy a nice cup of joe and talk at him, not talk to him, because I always have more to say than he does. Last but not least, people, this is the amazing Shakeology. This is my little drink station right here. I've got some protein powder over there for post-workouts. My Magic Bullet, very important to have a Magic Bullet because that's easy to blend your shakes. And the Shakeology, we've got the chocolate and the greenberry. Usually I have a big bag sitting up here, but we're waiting for our shipment and we're running a little low. Anyway, so that's all of my favorite appliances and utensils. I'm going to take you over here to my refrigerator, show you the inside of the refrigerator. I've got some almond milk up there. This is the apple issue that I'm dealing with right now. The daughter takes a few bites of the apple and then leaves it hanging somewhere. So when we find it, we put it in the refrigerator. Lots of eggs. There's another carton of eggs down there. Haven't gone to my Costco run yet, and usually I have the big package of about 3 dozen eggs. This is some blueberries in here, deliciously washed and ready for consumption. Here's half of a onion. Here are some leftover sweet potato fries from last night's dinner. Those are great to just have in a pinch for leftovers. I am an 80% paleo family, so I do allow dairy, and I have just minimal dairy, guys, minimal dairy. I do have some cottage cheese right there that Abby loves, and some sour cream for the times that I make chili. The kids like to have some sour cream in their chili. Back there are some sweet potatoes in that container, and some pork sausage here. Here's some leftovers from breakfast this morning. This is some chicken sausage with apple, that Idell's or something. It's delicious, one of my favorites. Some bacon, leftover bacon. I've got some yogurt for Abby, and back here, this is like my absolute fave. You can get this at Costco. I use a lot of garlic, and this is already minced garlic, so I love that. This big old thing was, again, like $3 at Costco. Lots of produce. I've got some lunch meat in there, some mushrooms, some beets. You all know my obsession with beets. There's some zucchini back in here, some carrots, half a sweet potato, the rest of the apples, and then all my green leafy vegetables down here, my spinach, my salad, some celery down there for chili, and Brussels sprouts. I do allow condiments. I do allow a little bit of creamer in my coffee. I know I shouldn't, but you know, life is short, people, and you gotta like, you know, everything that you eat. And I particularly love some cinnamon in my coffee. I've tried it the other way with just heavy cream and cinnamon. It's not the same. Some mayonnaise, some barbecue sauce, some balsamic vinegar dressing for when I have salads. And there's my delicious wine collection down there. In my freezer, I have lots of meats, garlic again. There's my container of coffee. I have some dark chocolate right there. Yes, I have some Hawaiian chocolates. Those were a gift from my wonderful friend Tiffany, who just came back from her trip. That was really kind of her to bring me those. Those are nice for a treat once in a while. Chances are they probably won't last long since we don't get them very often. And here's a big old bag of broccoli. This is the Costco broccoli. Here's the Costco garlic again. A big bag of Costco sweet potato french fries. Some organic, there's bacon down here, Costco bacon, some organic ground beef, more pork sausage, some green beans, big old bag of green beans, and some chicken breast down there, and the noodles and other stuff are Yoda's. That's Yoda's stuff. So he takes for his lunch. He gets him at the Japanese market. Come over here to my cabinet. This is the last thing I just want to show you. This is kind of true paleo because you won't find a lot of preservatives or a lot of unpackaged food in my kitchen. or in my pantry. I have the diced tomatoes. I always have diced tomatoes on hand, and I always have tomato paste on hand. There's, what are you getting? Excuse me. What are you getting?
I get my raisins.
You're getting your raisins?
Yes.
Okay. Do you love raisins?
I got some raisins too. Yeah.
Michael, you want some raisins too? Where's Michael? Yeah, I'm not a big raisin fan either, but Abby likes them. I've got some 100% maple syrup in there. I've got some green tea from Japan. Excuse me, I'm not finished. Some green tea from Japan over here. I've got a little bit of brown rice that I've been kind of experimenting with because it's nice to have a nice carb after you work out. Chicken broth, some Lara bars. I give that to Abby as a snack. They're gluten-free and they're vegetarian. Or vegan, I'm sorry, and probably the closest thing you're going to get to a homemade bar. Some tuna fish. I do let my kids have cereal once in a while. It's a nice snack for a toddler. I usually try to get the gluten-free back here, the Gorilla Munch, because it's gluten-free, and once in a while I'll get her some Cheerios. You know, that's just my opinion, is kind of just let them have some good stuff once in a while, even though it's not the best. So that's it. Can you see me? Is that good? That's the inside of my kitchen, and I hope that you enjoyed my little tour. I hope it gives a little bit of clarity as to some important tools to use and to have on hand while you're cooking and going to be making meals for your family. Again, I'm 80%, so some of my stuff is store-bought. I just don't have the time right now between everything that I'm doing, but I figure what little I do get in store-bought I make up for with cooking for my family and not eating out and other kinds of things. So anyways, have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.
Cavemom signing out.